cherish all the time you spend, you tuned in to. It's time again to cherish all the time you spend, you tuned in to. It's the number one podcast. The topics of discussion when we broadcast. So all them artificial man jokes, we do it natural from the concrete to a public standpoint. Real, wherever you're from, life is coexistence, but to know the real, you just gotta listen. Wherever you're from, life is coexistence, but to know the real, you just gotta listen. It's time again, cherish all the time.
What up, y'all? You tuned in to the 52 Scott Podcast. This is Music Monday, and I'm your host, Slash. And with me, I got Comedian 96, K Money, Freddie G. Together, we are the Mind of Men. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow us on Twitter, 52 Scott Podcast, on Instagram and Facebook, The 52 Scott Podcast. Today, Music Monday, we basically gonna talk about the most underrated in hip hop. And I'll start it off. My to me, as far as a rapper, most underrated is gonna be J. Cole.
J. Cole. And why J. Cole?
Well, the reason why I say J. Cole, man, is because he rapping. He really rapping. He not just, on the song with la da 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 da, la da 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 da. He got skill. He got something to talk about. But he don't get put on that pedestal as an A-list artist. But to me, he dangerous.
I like J. Cole.
J. Cole, tough.
How many albums he got out? I gotta ask that. How many albums has J. Cole been out? I mean, out of all the artists out there, Chris Brown, the Chris Browns, who else I can name? Marions, the Mario, the Tanks. Wow. J. Cole, I mean, he's like one of the newest out of all the people I just named. So that's why I'm trying to figure out why.
All those people you just named, though, pretty much are singers, and this is a rapper. So you comparing a rapper to a singer, even though I know we talking about hip hop.
But he sings too, right?
J. Cole,
right?
He'll do a little bit, but he not
a singer.
It's not something that he make his style. But but most rappers now are doing that anyway, though.
That's what I'm saying. Like Drake and them.
You got a lot of rappers doing it.
Yeah.
So, but his lyrical content,
there you go,
and his delivery and his style is why I feel like he's the most underrated, because they'll put other guys, and not to take no credit from them, like Lil Baby.
Yeah.
Lil Baby got skills, but he's not underrated because he on right now. You understand what I'm saying?
I'm not taking nothing. Don't get me wrong. I'm not taking nothing away from him, but it's just there's other people that were in line. What about T-Pain? What's the other guy? Wale. What about those guys?
Yeah. Now Wale was kind of underrated too. I'll give him that.
Yeah. So it's like I honestly, listening to Wale when he did the one with SZA, just that one remake, I don't know, man. It would be hard. It was that SZA song he did with the what's that one song? What's it's a slow one.
That's not a good.
I can't think of the name.
Wait a minute.
It's a slow one.
Now, both y'all named some good people, man. But here's one that's underrated, and he from the South, and it's Young Buck, man. Young Buck is an underrated rapper, man. Now I know he got all of the stuff with 50 Cent, going on, and then on top of that, they want to say he was messing with somebody on the flip side of the rumors or allegedly, but. Young Buck is dope, man.
Yeah. Shout out to Young Buck.
And out of the G Unit, let's keep it 100. Out of the G Unit, 50 may have had the strongest songs, but lyrical, Young Buck was the most lyrical.
Yeah. Young Buck had flow.
It's funny you mention Young Buck because I feel like the Game was underrated, and he was also part of the
Yes,
Game, right?
I think the Game was underrated. Yeah.
I say the
Yeah,
Game.
because Game really, he brought the spice. I'm sorry, shout out to the Game.
But he got his shine in it though.
Yeah.
The Game came in and got a shine out of it because he did real good.
Yeah, the Game did get shine.
Yeah.
So, and we're speaking of underrated. We're talking about album sales too now. So is the Game really underrated? Because you got to think about it. He got the sales.
Yeah.
He got the sales.
Yeah.
Young Buck,
Didn't
he didn't get the sales.
Yeah.
He didn't get the sales.
Right.
Well, if
And
that's
Young Buck, dope.
what about if that's the case, if you gonna add Young Buck, again, shout out to Young Buck, but I would have done the little flip. I thought he was hotter than Young Buck. I'm sorry, I thought he was a better rapper.
You think Lil Flip underrated?
I think he's rated white. I think he's where he should be. I don't think he's underrated or overrated. There's no consistency. So he's where he should be. That's how I feel. No consistency.
So he's underrated. You're saying that he's underrated.
I'm not saying he's underrated or overrated. He's where he's where he's
That's
supposed to be.
He got underrated.
But we said, oh, yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, here I go. You're right. Okay, you win. You got that.
So Young Buck is definitely underrated. I agree with Young Buck being underrated.
And I say the Game.
I agree with the Game.
Record sales. How are we classifying being underrated for one?
Well, popular.
Yeah,
popular.
right.
Popularity. That's
because you got to
that's
think.
what I was going to flip.
You got to think. You got to
You
think.
mentioned record sales earlier.
That's what makes him popular too.
Yeah,
he got the sales.
Yeah,
And that's the point I was making a little flip. I think he should be more popular than just like Young Buck.
So do you think Lil Flip
Because
should
of
be
their
a
rapping
platinum
style.
artist? Let's say that. Do you feel he should be a platinum artist?
Just the one song. I'm gonna be honest. The
For
Lil
one
Flip,
song?
You can have a platinum. You can have a platinum single.
Yeah.
I mean,
so what song though? What song you think would
just
be
that
his platinum
little
single?
flip with the Pac-Man.
Oh,
That
okay.
one,
Yeah,
that one was jamming.
So now you
Game
saying he was
over.
a one
Game
hit wonder?
over. That's
Yeah.
it, huh?
So now you
So
saying
I
he's
ain't
a one hit
calling
wonder?
it one hit wonder, but that is dirty, y'all.
Let me show you why. let me show you why Young Buck is underrated. Right. When you think of G Unit, of course you're gonna think of 50 first, right? Mm-hmm. But then, all of the New Yorkers and all of them, they see Lloyd Banks, and even when Tony Yayo was incarcerated, Tony Yayo name was still out there, and he's incarcerated.
Yeah.
Incarcerated,
Yeah,
yep.
Now you taking a cat from the South, with all of these East Coast dudes, and giving them that work on the mic, giving them that work on the album, and he still ain't really getting his just dues. Now don't get me wrong, whatever back and forth he didn't have with 50
And I think that had a lot to do with maybe him being underrated. Because how long was he in the game?
He's been in the game. He was in the game but with Juvenile and them back in the day.
Yeah.
Young Buck.
Oh, yeah, he
Young
was.
Buck
He
was
was.
with when Young Buck was with Juvenile, Cash Money, and all of them.
Yeah.
And he was underrated then. He couldn't get his shine
Yeah.
then. So when he brought the song Bloodhounds, that's on that. I think that was his song that ended up on that Get Rich or Die Trying album, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but if I'm not mistaken, that was his song.
Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, Lloyd Banks heard it and was like, 50, check this out.
So he turned on
I think they was all in the. I heard different versions of the story, but the bottom line is he was with Cash Money now
first.
and they didn't know what to do with him because think about it. If they
wasn't-
knew what to do with him, he would be out.
He would have been out.
with Cash Money.
They had a certain sound, and Young Buck had a different sound.
Here's the thing.
them.
Here's what I would say to that. It's the South.
Yeah.
I don't give a damn what sound the South has. It's the South. Yeah. You can take a Southern dude. You know how the New Yorkers say they can take him anywhere and they make him. They can survive. That's the same thing with the South.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Same thing with the South. Man, Young Buck is the truth.
Yeah.
Young Buck the truth.
Yeah.
All right. I can agree. Now, especially now. Yeah, you.
But Lil Flip's still underrated, though, right?
I ain't say. I just said he's where he should
Not
be,
laughing
but
at
I
Flip,
just.
but-
I mean, his style was different, man. I thought he was gonna be. You know what I mean? You know, sometimes it just.
Could lyricism make you underrated? Whether or not you're lyrical?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look at Common.
No,
look
I
at Common.
disagree.
Nobody.
I disagree. I mean, you look at we talking about record sales now, which is what make you popular, correct?
Right.
So you got. You look at today's music. It's a lot of guys that's not saying anything, but it's the music that I think the fans are gravitating to.
Right.
You know, because you got now TikTok.
Right.
You know, and it's called. You know, I think that contributes to. I lost my train of thought. That contributes to the popularity, rating them as far as being popular.
Yeah.
So I lyrically, it should. I think it should, you know, make someone popular. But a lot of people are not listening to what's actually being said.
So what what actually makes you underrated then? What makes you underrated then? If it's not lyrical.
Yeah.
I guess it would. To me, it would depend on generation because to us, it would be the lyrics, and to somebody younger, it could be the beats. That's jamming. You know what I mean?
What it is you get a lot of good artists that's got everything we look for in rap, but they don't have a platinum record. They don't get that platinum status. And see, in music industry, that's what makes you the platinum records you sell, the amount of them, and this is what puts you on that overrated level rather. So you underrated if you got those skills, but you didn't have those same opportunities. That's what'll make you underrated actually, because you can. There's a lot of good rappers out here, but it's not a lot of paid ones. Even now, you know, it's a lot of rappers out here, but all rappers ain't got no money. Most of them are hustling and working and doing stuff, you know, common life. And I can understand that, you know, not take nothing from nobody. If you got skills, you got skills. But that's when I say some of those people that's working don't have the same opportunities. Now, they can be the best rapper. They can be somebody we don't even know. But that makes them underrated because they don't have that opportunity to be put in front of the amount of people that this person has. Or because and if that's the case, if we talk about record sales, that means your promotion wasn't there. So it's a whole trickle down effect from it. So, you know, it's bigger than just being a good artist. You could be a good artist and still be underrated. That's my thing, you know.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
In a lot of ways, actually. You know, more than just one way. You can be underrated all kinds of ways. But it's a lot of great ones. You know, but underrated.
All right.
I think the main thing that makes a rapper underrated, and of course you can't talk about underrated without even just thinking who's overrated. Right. Not to get into that.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think what makes a rapper underrated, we listen to the music and be like, man, this dude's saying something, or this female is saying something. She dope. He dope.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
And you feel that way because of the wordplay, the lyricism, and what they put together.
Right.
So you be like, why haven't anybody heard of him or her?
Right.
Why haven't they heard of them?
Right.
Because you think they're dope. You're hearing the word, the rhyme patterns is not simple. None of this stuff is simple.
Right.
So I think lyrics, what you have to say kind of really truly determines whether or not you're underrated. We look at people, and not to get into the overrated aspect of it, but we look at people and 1 + 1 = 2. 2 plus 2 equals 4. Be like, man, this dude ain't talking about nothing, or she ain't talking about nothing.
Right.
And you be like, man, how you
How
get
they
all
get
of
there?
these sales?
You get,
Right.
yeah.
They overrated because we
Overrated.
feel like, damn,
Right.
they're not saying nothing.
That's right.
So I think the lyrically is what kind of, open up the door for who's underrated and who's overrated or
Yeah,
whatever.
I agree. I agree with that.
So if I was to break it down from a singer's perspective, right? Now I have the purpose of me saying this. I got to say this part first because I got to make you understand where I'm coming from when I say this female artist is underrated. All right. So when I break down singing, it's singing and singing.
Right, it's two different.
It's two different things.
Yeah.
So my side with singing would be the Janet Jacksons,
Yeah.
the Beyoncés,
J-Lo.
the J-Los. Those people can sing. The Lettuces,
Yeah.
the Jasmine Sullivans.
Singers.
Singers,
yeah.
Yeah, And this female is a singer that I bet all y'all probably forgotten about.
Ooh.
Rachelle Farrell. Any of y'all know her?
Yeah, I remember Rachelle Farrell. She ain't had a lot of albums though.
She had a lot of albums and a lot of tours, and man, a lot. You know, yeah, she did the thing with what's the guy's name? He kind of sings like Luther. I always my brother loved him. I can't think of him, but that was one of the most. What did I do to deserve you? That was one of she did a duet with this guy. I can't think of his name. That's bad. But man, when I say this girl can hit every vocal, up, down, bass, doesn't matter. She screamed like Mariah. She does it all. And a lot of people don't know who she is.
A lot of people don't know who she is.
Yeah, they don't know.
But I mean, she didn't get her just dues.
Yeah, exactly. So what I'm thinking is a lot of people say it's because of she didn't know she wanted to go gospel, she wanted to go R&B, flip flopping. But I only see like maybe a couple of gospel songs. Most of her stuff she did was R&B.
So how many projects has she had? I mean, that can make a difference as well in regards to her being popular, I guess, the genre.
You know what? I'm gonna have to Google that, sir. I couldn't even tell you. I'm actually gonna Google it right now. How many albums? I don't want my thing to talk, so I gotta type it in. Audience, just hold on for a minute. I type real slow.
That's comedian 96.
You know what's gonna come out this mouth at any time.
Yes.
Oh, man.
How many L's are in the album? Never mind.
That's why you're comedian 96, right?
I know, and I'm spelling Rachelle with the T, so I gotta figure out what's wrong with me.
So now on a female perspective, R&B, who I would say was most underrated, my first choice would be Jasmine Sullivan. Some reason for me, man, the songs, the types of songs she's doing.
But she's not underrated.
She is, man. She don't have a spotlight like some of these girls out here.
Rachelle has 3 albums.
I think she's just not starting to get her
She's
just
getting
due.
it, yeah.
Yeah. Now she's been hot.
For a while.
I
For a
thought she
long
took
time.
off a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I said before, I just think, I just looking at videos of other women, it's the appearance. Like, if she lost weight, and I hate to say it like that, and I hate to be kind of, rude. She's a very, very, very talented female, but it's all in the looks and appearance. You know, everybody like the sexy.
we're speaking of underrated now. Now what you're doing is you're saying that there's a type of look you have to have in order, and the look overshadowing the talent.
Correct.
So we're speaking of underrated. Now I'm not saying that I agree. I think she is underrated.
Right.
But I don't think that appearance and looks should play a part in whether or not a person is underrated.
Let's do this. Let's do this. Take Selena gone. We're gonna start with. I'm gonna do two. I'm gonna give you two examples. Selena's gone, but Selena's more popular than Jasmine, and she's gone. Been gone. All right. She was sexy. Beyonce, she can sing. She has nothing on Jasmine Sullivan, hands down. Put Jasmine Sullivan's in Beyonce's body. How big you think she would be? That's the point I'm trying to make. How big you think she would be if Beyonce sang like Jasmine? That's the difference. Look at Whitney Houston. How big was she? Whitney, you saw all her collarbones because she was slim, fine, beautiful, like everybody liked it. That's why she was so big.
So you're saying
Celine Dion, same thing. It's in the appearance.
Well, it's been
easier to sell
in
sex.
the entertainment business, in the entertainment world. I mean, that is a fact. What you're saying.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I disagree with you. That has been a fact, even for dark-skinned women at one point in time.
Yeah.
When it comes to a woman, though, it's always an option with appearance.
Right.
It's not like that for guys. So I wouldn't include appearance in being underrated for a reason. You know?
I would agree. I would agree with you when you say it's not like that for guys up until a certain point, around the Tanks and the Genuine era.
Yeah.
That's when it
so
started.
wait. So here's check this out.
Yeah.
Now, these two women, I think that they're both beautiful.
Right.
However, there's one that I lean toward just a little bit more. Mm-hmm. Brandy and Monica. I think appearance-wise, I think Monica is more attractive than Brandy. Not to say that Brandy's ugly.
Right.
But I think that Monica's more attractive than Brandy.
She is.
With that being said, Brandy was more popular.
Right.
I would say that Monica is underrated,
right.
But she has looks.
But
she got looks.
So now with
appearance
that,
don't work.
So appearance don't work.
Yeah, see, that's what
I get it. But have y'all heard Monica talk? I love Monica. That's my girl.
Yes.
Have you heard her talk?
Yeah.
All right.
So down to earth.
Now, not only that, the way they promoted, I think it's all in promotions too. They promoted Brandy. Promoted Brandy.
Why do you think they promoted her?
She had a good promotions team. That's the only thing I can think. She just had a good team. She had
a damn good producer. The production, her productivity of her sound was professional enough for them people to say, we got something.
Plus Brandy,
Dark Child.
Yeah, plus Brandy been out for a long since Thea.
I think it has a lot to do with the location at the time that they came out.
Yeah.
You know, location played a major part. Yeah. You know,
Brandy been singing since Thea, then even before Thea, Brandy show.
Yeah.
So Brandy put in some work. Not saying Monica didn't. I'm a fan of both, but I just think Monica, she didn't do as much or as active as Brandy was. And I think that played a big part in it.
Well, you know, Brandy had TV shows and all kinds of other stuff.
Again, and I'm going to touch back, not to cut you off, but location.
Right.
Brandy being in California.
Right.
And Monica being
somewhere else.
In Atlanta, again is the South. Touching on what Freddie G said earlier.
Right.
You know, South rappers not getting their just due, so it sounds like R&B.
You know what? Now I feel silly because this whole time I thought Monica was from New York. I did. I thought she was
She's
from New
from
York.
Atlanta.
She's from Atlanta?
Yeah.
Okay. That played a lot of part. That plays a big part.
Remind me after the show to put pot on my hand and slap the hell out of you. New York got everything, man. They can't take the South.
That's why I kept saying the location. Y'all kept saying location. I'm like, New York? L.A., what's the difference? I mean, what you mean? So this whole time, I thought she from New York. This whole time.
Yeah.
So it is the location. But we can't blame. I mean, look, we got Beyonce out here. So
this is 2022. These young ladies came out over 25 years ago.
Yeah.
Monica,
Brandon.
Beyonce did too. Yeah. So
okay, so let me ask you this here, then.
Yes.
Since we're saying underrated, overrated, and we're speaking of looks because you added looks in there.
Added looks.
Okay.
All right.
Ashanti, and Beyonce.
Looks department, they're in the ballpark. 8. They both 8s.
So you give Ashanti an 8?
I give her 8.
What's a 10?
A 10 would be mine's is backwards from R.I.P. Kevin Samuels. Mine's is backwards. He gives Rihanna, I guess because she's a billionaire, he gives her the 10.
No.
I wouldn't give Rihanna the 10. I would give her the 9.
Who's yours? Leave Kevin Samuels alone.
Who
God
your
rest his
team?
soul.
God rest his soul.
Who is yours?
My 10?
He asked you / asked you.
Yeah,
who's your 10?
If she's an 8?
Who's my 10?
Yeah. If Ashanti's an 8,
Uh-huh.
who's your 10?
Who else I gave an 8? I gave
Beyonce.
Beyonce the 8.
We're only talking about Beyonce and Ashanti.
Oh, yeah.
Who's your 10?
Oh, my 10 would be
/
who was my 10? I don't have very many 10s.
How
name
you got an 8 and you don't have a 10? It's
know.
got to be somebody. Got to be a 10, and whether she an actor or something.
I'm looking right now, like it's so funny now, man. Because one person I really like, she was a 10, but now her actions just dropped her to a 5.
Okay, so let's keep it to the music. Let's take away from the looks and keep it to the music.
To the music.
Okay, is Ashanti underrated?
No.
I think she's where she needs to be now.
She's underrated.
I don't think she's underrated. I think she's where she needs to be because she was also inconsistent. She went a long time without music, and then she started coming back. So I guess, when she got with Nelly, she just kind of, did a little something here or there. So whenever you are not consistent and you try to say, oh, I'm underrated, well, you not consistent. You haven't put anything out. But underrated to me is when somebody's consistently putting stuff out. Like at one point, Boyz II Men used to put out albums every August.
But they not underrated.
They not underrated though.
No.
But if you were a person that put out albums every August, right, and no one still took, like a good example, Jamie Foxx. I think his music is underrated. I think because if everybody would listen to his album, shout out to Jamie Foxx, listen to his album Peep This.
Yeah.
He got so much jamming stuff that would jam today if you listen to it.
Jamie Foxx.
Yeah.
I listened to Jamie Foxx,
Yeah.
and Tank did a lot of his writings.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, if you listen to Jamie.
Peep This, the first album, 94?
No, I'm talking about here.
Oh, okay.
Now,
Okay.
like Overdose.
Yeah.
I Don't Need It.
Yeah.
Those songs are good.
Mm-hmm.
Those good. But when I hear Jamie Foxx, I hear Tank.
Go listen to Peep This. You won't hear Tank. I don't think Tank was alive.
No.
I don't even think he was alive.
But Tank is underrated though.
To me, Peep This album only had Infatuation.
Nope.
That's the only song.
Candle in the Window? Candle?
That's the only song that captured me.
No, yeah.
I'm not saying that the album didn't have but Infatuation is what captured me.
Yeah, Infatuation is good. But you had Peep
Was
This.
this that Jamie put out? We talking about
94.
His first album.
His first album.
I'm talking about the one.
The whole entire album
I
is
agree.
jamming.
I agree. The first album that Jamie put
That
out.
whole entire, if you jam that today, if he put that back out today and let that probably at least 4 to 5 songs will go platinum on there if he just released it again today. That's why I say he's underrated, man. And then he been in the game for a minute.
What makes him underrated?
Just his singing ability. Most people have known him for making people laugh. The Jamie Foxx show, stand-ups. I mean, even though most of his stand-ups he sing, but he kind of had to push that for years and years and years that he sings.
So can you be a platinum artist and be underrated?
Yes.
I think so too.
Yes.
I agree.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
I think there's several out there.
Yeah.
So yeah, being underrated, you know, is lots of ways that you can be underrated. You know, personally, I feel it's about skill, you know, and not how successful you are in your skill or whatever. But shout out to all of those we talked about. So that's all, y'all, for this edition of Music Monday. Thanks for tuning in. Come back tomorrow and check out True Tuesday with K Money. Hit that like button, subscribe, and follow us on Instagram and Facebook, The 52 Scott Podcast. On Twitter, @52 Scott Podcast.